Are we live? Yes, we are. 6 seconds in.
I'm
Good morning, everyone.
Talking to my sources.
Well, I'm your source. What are you talking about?
I'm just. I don't know, Manny. I got sources on the out in the world.
Impressive.
Yeah.
I have 0 sources for the first time ever. Like I don't think I've ever been completely out of the loop here in terms of like what's new with Sony. So I'm actually kind of excited.
Yeah, it is the first time we don't really have anything to go by. They're keeping it under wraps, and even the rumor sites don't have much. I mean, I know that everybody sits there and is like, "Oh my God, the rumor sites just announced that Nokashita said this." Like, good job, rumor site. You're reporting something else that somebody else did. But my sources have told me that it may have been at the inauguration out in the wild. So that's all I got. I don't have anything other than that.
What are your? Is it too early to give predictions? I mean, we're 13 minutes out, but we're 500 people right now. You want to give like an unofficial prediction?
I think it's going to be similar to an A9-ish type camera, but I don't understand the high ISO thing. Like, it's going to be ISO like we haven't seen, because if you're going to have high ISO, then does that mean they took a 12 megapixel sensor from the A7 S3, put it in here, and reworked it to be just for the stills first and foremost? Oh, I better get half of that RDN that person just put up. RON. I didn't realize Super Chat was on.
Oh, is it on?
I don't know. Somebody just put a Super Chat. FRO with glorious hair. Oh, it was for me. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see that, because I don't see it on the chat, but I see it in my phone.
I saw it on the comments. If you click comments on the side.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
It's hard to read everybody's thing, but.
So I don't get no chats from I don't get nothing from my beard though. Like, no, I'm good, bro.
My glasses need to get fucking straight is what they need to do. Nothing pisses me off more than my glasses not being straight. And a guy sent me new glasses from the Netherlands. I just haven't worn them.
People are saying curved sensor. What do you think about that?
I have no frame of reference for a curved sensor. I really don't. I really have no idea.
What would be the benefits anyway?
I wouldn't be able to tell you the benefits because I don't know. I mean, like curved TVs, you could see them from over here and over there. They died out real fast. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you what I think that curve sensor would bring you. For me, what would I want to see in a $6,000 camera? If I was getting a $6,000 camera, I want to see a D6 body, right? I want to see a 1DX Mark III body. I want that big, beefy feeling thing, but I don't think that's Sony's game. So whatever Sony does, it will take the battery grip that the other cameras take. I did not expect to have a new line of cameras. If it's called the A1, then it's called the A1. Why don't they just put an AE before it and call it Canon? But yeah, what do you think?
At first, I thought, okay, when I saw $10,000 being thrown around, actually I got a little scared, because I was like, okay, I mean, what can you possibly put in an E-mount camera that would make it cost $10,000? Then I started to think, well, what if it's a medium format? But it doesn't seem like yeah. They're way too invested right now in E-mount. I don't see them branching out yet. And for me, it's like either they're gonna go the pissing contest route, where they're just gonna obliterate everything spec wise and just show and just be dominant again in terms of spec wise, because that's what kind of like what the R5 did. I think on like you said, like an A9 replacement camera that is gonna just boast some new feature that we have never seen before.
Well, here, if it's an A9 replacement, an A9 II type replacement, which is pretty quick, I think you could expect that it will take the CF Express Type A slot, which is just what they did with the A7 S3, right? That's the future. Because I was like, well, how are they going to survive on just SD cards? And the answer is we're going to use the smaller CF Express Type A cards, not the B, which are these, which we use. These are Type B. I I don't know, man. How many frames a second could you possibly take? I don't want 50 megapixels in an action camera, though. I'll take them if it's quality. If it will be quality, I'll take them, because my thing has been using the A7R4 out and about, and keeping the ISO lower, which kept my shutter speed lower, which is abnormal for my shooting style. My shooting style has always been, why don't I shoot at 1/800th of a second, even if I'm indoors at 4,000, just because I could. But we'll see in a few minutes, right?
Global shutter?
How could it have a global shutter at this point? If it does, I mean, or it's just a super stack sensor. I mean, a global shutter, everything we've heard is that they haven't been able to get it past a certain megapixel camera. But if they were able to, and it's the first time that they're able to do it, then it obviously. So the way that I look at it is whether this camera, my early sources told me like 10 grand, but that could have been just a pre-conversion thing in some other country. But I think that if it's an expensive camera, the whole point is that the technology in this camera will trickle down into the other cameras, like an A7 IV, the A7R5, or whatever they end up, A9 III, or whatever they ever come out with. And so, you can't get angry that these things will be super expensive, because they're designed for the AP, they're designed for Getty, they're designed for the agencies that have a shit ton of money to throw at this stuff, and they need that technology. Maybe it adds a 20 frames a second with a mechanical shutter on top of the silent shutter, because that's what the 1DX Mark III does.
Does it shoot 20 mechanical?
The 1DX Mark III shoots 20 mechanical with the mirror flipped up. Mechanical shutter. That's why
step up from the A9 too.
But that's why I said that the A9 III, sorry, the 1DX Mark III was the greatest mirrorless camera around ever, even though it's not really a mirrorless camera. But when you shoot it in mirrorless mode, it is. And I put that Hoodman loop on the back and used it as if it was an EVF. It wasn't perfect to do, but 20 frames a second with the mechanical shutter, so you don't have to worry about any of that wobbly stuff, was good.
What about video? So I'm seeing a lot of Mizzo says 8K video question mark at Manny, and I'm seeing a lot of 8K. What do you think?
I don't give a shit about 8K.
Well, no one asked you if you care.
I don't care.
If you think it's gonna have it,
maybe they'll throw it in there.
But you don't care.
Maybe they'll throw it in there, but I just personally do not care about 8K in my stills camera. Now we have the R5s, they do 8K, and Steven and I have shot a few things in 8K to give us a little bit more options after the fact to punch in and to go in, but that's little stuff, right? It's not something that we're doing all day, every day.
I personally think that they're definitely going to do it. I think they're definitely going to put 8K in this.
People are asking, are we going to talk through the announcement? Yeah, we're talking through the announcement. So as they say stuff, we're going to comment on it, because
we're going to be reacting to it.
This is the way to do it.
Yeah, this is the way to do it. This is how we're going to be watching it on the main channel right here. So don't leave. All right.
We'll be able to hear it and everything.
Yeah. I'm actually, what people don't know is that when you're at a Sony event, when I used to go to the Sony events, believe it or not, when I'm there, I have anxiety before getting my hands on a new camera, because I'm already thinking about what kind of video am I gonna make, and how am I gonna make it awesome. And like sitting here, watching it on the screen, I'm actually excited. I feel like a fanboy again, just like waiting to see some new stuff. Not you though. I know you're like desensitized.
I have Steven taking notes so he can send me the notes of the main specs for after, because I want to put up a video. And then we got calls with Sony because they didn't call us beforehand. So now we have calls after the announcement to go into more detail. But I'm going to determine whether or not I need to be on the. I mean, I want to be on the call, but it's also, if we get enough information during the live stream for me to give what it's called, how many frames a second, what the megapixels is, what's the new technology, what's the interesting thing, that gives me enough to talk about for a 10-minute preview. And then when we get our hands on it, we can do something bigger later, because just talk is talk.
So let me ask you, Jared. So you have done photojournalism, and let's just assume that the sources are right, and this is geared toward photojournalism. Like, what do you think was the sweet spot for megapixels?
I mean,
the
sweet spot was 12 for my D3S back in the day, but at this point, I mean, 36, but people are like, but 8K needs this amount of pixels. But I don't think like that. Look, 36, imagine a D850 shooting 36 megapixel images at 20 frames a second. Just give me good color, give me good tones. The thing is, Nikon still gives the best color. Nikon still gives the best tones, in my opinion. They just don't have the best technology. I love Nikon. It's not subjective. It's fucking
no. When you say that shit, no, because people take it at face value and they start like they will attack you. I'm not just trying to like defend you, but what I'm saying is it's all subjective. Like,
no, they can attack me.
What you think is the best?
They can attack me all they want. I've used every system extensively, and
I did too.
And Nikon has the best files around.
They have great files, but I can't sit here and agree with you that is the absolute best.
Compared to Nikon, Canon, compared to the Canon and the Sonys, absolutely, the Nikon files are beautiful. They take less work for me to get what I want out of it. The Sonys take more work, and I can still get great results. I gotten great color out of it, and the Canons they're fine. Like, people bitch about Canon's color science. Fuck color science in that discussion. Just go take pictures. You can make the stuff look good. Hey,
for me, this is how I see it. I shoot every system too. Obviously, you know way more than me because you're an OG on this shit, but the Nikon files are flexible. I love the straight out of camera color and the flexibility of them. I do like the Canon skin tones, and that is my take on it. Gotcha. I want Scout. I love the Canon. I love the paleness. Like I like the Canon skin tones. Yeah. The live stream is going to happen in 2 minutes, and I will be sharing it on here.
Yeah, just leave it up for now. Let's just leave it on the screen.
All right.
FRO knows. Should I go comment in the chat? I already commented in their chat earlier today.
Well, I'll do it now. I'm gonna just.
Let me see. Do I still? I think I have it open somewhere. Wait, can I put links? Are you able to put links in there?
I think so.
Well, there's 11,000 people watching that. So yeah, put a link in there. Be like, we're live.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I are live. Come watch us.
Totally did it. I'll make it full screen once it pops up. 60 seconds, baby. I am so hyped right now.
Why are you hyped? The first thing they're gonna do is Sony technology. Sony technology has been amazing.
Right.
We've now sold more than 1 million lenses of E-mount stature. When people said it couldn't be done, we did it.
Hey, Jared, don't ruin this for me, all right? I still
Sony is the greatest camera system ever.
Like that grumpy uncle.
Here comes the president of Sony Japan. I don't know his name. And I'm not gonna talk. Steven is telling me don't do that. And Steven's not even here. Hello and welcome to The One Never Seen. Where's the countdown?
It said begin shortly. It's about to start.
Today, on January 26, 2021, Sony is...
I hope I clicked share audio.
Northrop dropped a video yesterday discussing the scientific angle on the curve sensor. It's worth a peep. Ooh.
All right. So look, I don't know if I clicked share audio. I'm pretty sure I did. And once it starts, if it doesn't share audio, I will have it up in like 2 seconds. But I'm pretty sure I did.
Thank you for the $20. Manny's thanks you. His haircut could use some.
Oh, thank you. Wait, who did that?
Let's see.
Sorry, I'm so focused here. Lee. Thank you, Lee. Lee is an MVP right now. Thank you, Lee.
What's an MVP?
Most valuable in the chat. Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Oh shit, an error occurred. Please try again. Playback later. Sony is having trouble.
Hey, can you hear it?
No.
Huh?
No, I can't hear it.
All right, cool. I got you right now.
I like this StreamYard, DuckYard, or whatever you're using. I should probably.
Don't trip. I got share audio. Here we go, and we are good.
Yeah, now I hear it.
All right. Hey, can you guys hear me over the?
Can you lower the volume? Yeah. Do it right there. Lower it. Yeah, right about there. Or maybe even a little lower, just so that we can talk over it. There we go.
All right. Woo!
I don't know why you're so excited, Manny. It just means more work. I'm just kidding. It's fun work.
Introducing the thing that's never been seen by Sony. Today, we're proud to announce the A1. The A1 is the most extravagant camera we've ever made. It's the best product. Go sell everything and buy this E-mount camera.
Remove the chat from the stream. Yeah, can you remove their chat, Manny?
Huh?
Turn off their chat. The chat on the right-hand side. Not our chat. The chat in the Sony chat room.
Oh, their chat. Okay.
Yeah. Click on the 3 dots. Oh yeah, that's better. And let's see how's the audio.
Yeah, Phonos is salty. Like, let me be a kid. Let me enjoy these moments.
My job. Manny told me to be salty before the episode. No, he didn't. 10, 9, 8, 7. If you're colorblind, you can't see this right now. Hello. I wonder if it's pre-recorded or live. It's pre-recorded.
Oh, you know it was.
You know, this is with the 12 to 24. We announced that amazing lens.
The E-mount system.
Oh, turned it up. Turned it up.
All right.
Boring.
All for that one cut.
That's still a cool shot, that one.
You are always taking on challenges.
All these shots are epic, man.
You long to create something you
I
haven't
long
yet seen.
To create something.
To
lot more
make
epic
your
than Philly.
imagination a reality. We believe in your creativity. The limitless
Who
potential.
are these people
of
holding the
each and
cameras
every
wrong?
one of you. Our mission is to support that creativity, which is why we continue to innovate,
Oh, that's
to
my boy,
listen to
Toby.
our customers, to not only meet
I
their
love when they don't have
expectations,
vertical grips.
but to consistently exceed them.
I shoot like that. I don't want to hear it.
You don't even use a viewfinder.
A devotion to
Oh,
speed,
shit.
to capturing the fleeting moment,
Oh, I saw something.
to
What?
astonishing image
Oh,
quality,
never mind. I thought I saw like a hint. No, they're still gonna be doing this.
to
That's
projecting images beyond that of the human eye, meeting professional demands and achieving cinematic expression. We strive to continue being the challenger, challenging ourselves to support your unceasing creativity. Through that creativity, we can see an exciting future. Working together to create images that go
told you.
beyond imagination.
It would be boring like this.
I'm hyped.
Today,
Today.
let us introduce a
Oh,
step
shit.
towards the
Here
new
it comes.
future. The one.
The only.
Unprecedented resolution
Oh.
and speed.
Well,
Come on,
there's
come on.
higher resolution.
The Ken Rockwell.
50
30
megapixels,
frames?
30 frames a second. Is it raw? Zero blackout.
A9 status.
Yeah, 240 frames refresh rate. Well, the viewfinder sucks. Who gives a shit? 8K, nobody cares.
What?
What, that's a 30 frames a second?
They said 30 FPS. Yes, it did.
Alpha
AK.
1.
Alpha 1.
Okay. A1, it's
We're the
gold.
one.
They didn't get rid of the top fucking dial on the left. There's still stupid dial up there.
Jared, I'm enjoing it.
Believe me, I'll take.
The Alpha 1
I'll take
will
it.
clear a path for the future of cameras to come.
I'll replace my A7R4.
This new dimensional model pushes creativity to a new level
30
by
FPS.
condensing Sony's most advanced technologies all into
There's a
one.
shutter. Let's see what the shutter does, though.
50 megapixels and 30 frames per second.
Jesus Christ.
A combination of high resolution and speed has finally been realized.
Whoa.
That's insane because I use
Images
64
of 50
megapixels.
megapixels are captured with the world's
great
first
ass.
speed of 30 frames per second. This is made possible by the use of the newly developed Exmor RS stacked image
So
sensor
stacked, no
and
global.
Beyond's XR, a new generation image processing engine to process high-resolution data at high speed. This is a full-frame size, stacked, back-illuminated CMOS image sensor
Holy, what?
with 50.1 million effective pixels, allowing for high-resolution shooting,
You think it would be 10 grand?
Is it designed like the A9?
and the ultimate
Yeah.
freedom in photography,
Yeah, stacked.
providing the ability
Don't
to crop
crop.
any shots
Losers.
while maintaining beautiful image quality.
Get with the times, all right? Get with the times.
The
course
50
I'll-
mentality's
megapixel
outdated.
high resolution is complemented by 15 stops of dynamic range for smooth
What's the
gradations
A7R4?
from shadows to highlights.
Yeah.
How many stops is
Even
the
with this
A7R4?
sensor's high pixel count, it delivers high resolution and low noise throughout a wide sensitivity range. The combination of high resolution performance and speed allows creators
Wow.
to capture
If
previously
that's in focus,
unattainable
that's
moments
insane.
at 30 frames per second
Wow.
with no compromise to resolution.
That was in photo mode?
Autofocus and auto exposure calculations at up to 120 times per second. The autofocus of the Alpha 1 continues to track subjects with incredible accuracy,
I don't know how much better they can
even
get.
when subjects move quickly or in unpredictable
Just
directions.
the contrast on
And
those is pretty
exposure
bad.
can be automatically adjusted, even through sudden changes in brightness. Autofocus and auto exposure calculations
Megapixels.
are performed at a maximum of
What'd you do, Manny? Better fast forward to live.
a maximum of
There you go.
120 times per second. Whether
Trying
it
to type in
be
the chat.
30 frames per second or any settings of continuous shooting, calculations
People
are
are like,
performed
"Shut up,
at a
Jared."
maximum rate of 120 times per second.
It says with
The
AF
Alpha
at
1
30 frames
is
a second.
capable of blackout-free shooting, a function highly regarded in the Alpha 9 series. In cases where there is a blackout during continuous shooting, viewing may be interrupted while framing and tracking.
Yeah.
The Alpha 1 viewfinder does not black out, allowing you to seamlessly capture
I
the
wish they
subject
would
during
light that up
continuous
green.
shooting, as
I
if
wish
you
it
were
wasn't
capturing
black.
it with the
Oh,
naked eye.
I see.
I wish it was green or
With the Alpha
yeah.
1's
Yeah,
performance,
I see what you mean.
the viewfinder is also designed to achieve both high resolution and speed.
That's the S3 viewfinder, right?
In order to display
Yeah.
in high definition, it features the highest resolution OLED in its class, with the largest viewfinder
I
magnification.
still don't think it's that great of a
To
viewfinder.
track
I
fast-moving
love it.
subjects. It features up to a 240 frame per second refresh rate for super smooth display.
Yeah, so it's like 50
Also,
megapixels.
another
of
new feature has been
megabytes of
added to
file.
improve display response and make it easier to follow a subject without display lag when panning.
Yeah.
at
It has
low
to be able to
shutter
shoot
speeds.
medium size. 50 megapixels is just
The Alpha
that's
1's
insane.
greatest feature
For
is
30
that you
FPS.
can enjoy all the benefits of future advanced functions at the same time, allowing you to
Dynamic
capture
shutter
moments and
snapshot.
express them in any way
What does
you
that mean?
please. In addition to its resolution and speed, the Alpha 1 has evolved in many ways to provide the best shooting experience, no matter the situation. Its non-vibrating electronic shutter allows for silent shooting, which makes it possible to shoot without being noticed,
Well, we already knew
allowing
this.
you to take previously impossible shots of things like decisive sports scenes
Like balls.
that would normally have been not allowed due to the sound of the shutter.
But we knew that.
The
with the A9.
anti-distortion shutter has been greatly improved, thanks to the high-speed readout of the newly developed image sensor, allowing for approximately 1.5 times less image distortion than the Alpha 9 Mark II. For the first time ever, flicker-free photography is available with the inclusion of an electronic shutter as well as mechanical shutters.
How many frames a second?
This minimizes the flickering phenomenon that occurs in both fluorescent
It
lights
absolutely
and
does.
LEDs, allowing you to shoot indoor with all the benefits of the electronic shutter. Flash photography, which used to be possible only
Nobody
with
cares.
mechanical shutters, can now be done with an electronic
Wow.
shutter as well.
What?
All
That's the first
functions
time.
unique to the electronic shutter are available regardless of environment.
I'm a
What?
model.
A flash with
photography
electronic
has
shutter?
also evolved dramatically.
Jared, I know you don't
from
care, but
mechanical shutters,
that's what's up.
with its first
First off,
evolution in flash synchronization.
Well, 1/400th
shutter
is a lot.
in the
Most of
last
1/250th.
40 years.
Yep.
And I'm not a hater. I'm
The
just
newly
pointing it out.
developed
I know, I'm
dual-driven
just talking
shutter
crap.
provides
I know.
flash
Not you.
synchronization shutter
Oh.
speed up to 1/400 in full frame and 1/500 in APS-C.
Is that a
It opens
Cannondale
the
bike?
door to new creative possibilities. With these breakthroughs in both electronic and mechanical shutters, the Alpha 1 will greatly expand the creative opportunities
means-
for photographers.
What makes
can
it
shoot-
by
different?
enabling them to
What makes
shoot
it
in
different from
areas
an A9
that were
too?
previously
Like, I mean,
considered impossible.
what they're going to keep
Sony's
doing a
acclaimed
lower res?
autofocus technology has also
A9?
dramatically improved in the Alpha 1.
How do you have better?
The focal plane phase detection autofocus
Proven.
covers nearly the entire area
It's
of
more
the
points,
sensor
but
and implements a
Not as
higher
much as,
density of
Canon.
phase detection autofocus points than the Alpha 9 series. It is capable of tracking subjects with
That's right.
complex movements
How many
and at high
megapixels is
speeds
the R5? 45.
without missing a beat.
about this, yeah.
And that does 20.
And with AI technology
silent.
evolving day by day, a new genre has been added. And for the first time in the Alpha series,
I agree. It should have had a
real-time
built-in
eye autofocus
vertical
is now
grip.
available for shooting birds.
Oh,
We believe
birds.
that the real-time eye autofocus, which has been praised for its accuracy in
I will not write
capturing
down my
both
thoughts
humans
and
and
Jared, what's the
animals,
electronic shutter,
will
the max
provide a new
electronic shutter of the
experience
A9?
for many birders
20
now
frames
that
a
it
second.
also supports
What is it?
compatibility
20
with
frames a
bird.
second.
No,
It achieves a
Probably
high level of
1/250th.
tracking,
So the
even
max
under
shutter
the
speed.
unique conditions
Oh,
of
1/8,000?
shooting birds. Such
Yeah,
as
what does the
sudden
A9 go to?
takeoffs and changes
Think
in
1/8,000?
framing during
That's
high-speed
it?
flight.
I thought it goes higher.
Maybe that one does go higher.
Real-time
I
eye
don't remember.
autofocus for humans and animals has also evolved in recognition performance with improved AI
All right,
technology.
can we get to the
The
point here?
recognized subject is tracked and focused
I think we already got to the
precisely
point.
through calculating 120 times per second,
Like, we get this. Like,
allowing you to focus on
Megapixels, I wanna
framing
see the
and
video now.
composition.
I want to see video.
When used in combination with continuous shooting at 30 frames per second, it
I'm already gonna
ensures
buy it.
you capture the decisive moment accurately.
I'm going to wait for them to
Performance
send
of
it to me.
real-time tracking has also been improved,
Flippy screen or no
allowing for
flippy
more
screen?
reliable
Yeah, it's
tracking
going to
of
have a
moving
flippy screen.
subjects. Autofocus tracking
not-
is
it's
now
not a
possible
Cannondale
with
bike.
F22 in continuous shooting.
You're right, guys. This is boring.
Used
That's,
when taking
oh,
pictures
geez.
at
Manny needs to
lower
take a
shutter
walk.
speed or when panning.
Look, 50 megapixels,
The wide variety of native
30
E-mount
frames a
lenses
second, but
are
is it
guaranteed
12-bit
to
or
adapt
14-bit
to the
RAW?
Alpha 1's
at
best
that
autofocus performances.
So that's the information we need to
All
know.
these autofocus features allow for a worry-free shooting experience, so you can concentrate on composition and
Never
create.
need to look at the camera again. Just
Please,
the
Sony.
point.
The Alpha 1 is not only
Here's your
an
video.
evolution in still
8K.
images,
me
but
that
also
S3.
a video
Come on.
performance, satisfying the needs of cinematic creators.
32,000 of a second.
Yeah,
Imagine. Yeah, exactly.
Functions are also heading to a whole
think
new
they're right.
level. 8K 30p shooting is now possible for the first
8K
time with the
30p.
Alpha series.
Whatever.
Oversampling with 8.6K achieves overwhelming resolution
Oh, so we're
performance
downsampling.
and
a little.
enables new video expression. It allows creators to
With
capture
oversample.
images with a previously unattainable sense of depth and realism. 4K shooting allows for video recording
Just like
with
the
a high
A9,
frame
just like
rate
the
of
A7S3.
120p
All AI,
and up to
422
5
10 bit.
times slow motion.
Yeah, this is gonna be
for
expensive.
impressive
Just
video
Because
wait
it's kind of
expression.
it's going to be really expensive.
When recording 4K,
Just wait till they say it doesn't
video
overheat,
recording of 5.8K oversampling can be done for excellent details.
which is the R5 does the 6K
It can be
oversample.
used in combination
8K
with the
oversampled
improved
or whatever.
real-time eye autofocus, even when shooting huge amounts of data at 8K. The Alpha 1 supports various modes for cinematic expression. It is equipped with the S-Cinetone, popular on the cinema line FX9 and FX6, which delivers
Sports
cinematic
photographers,
expression.
30 frames a second is just insane.
10-bit S-Log
I got
3
used to doing the
delivers
A7R
15 plus stops
4.
of dynamic range, and
10 frames a
hybrid
second.
log gamma supports BT 2020's wide color gamut,
Colors are not
Creative
horrific.
Look can be used for both stills and videos.
Oh, so we got
Immediate
S-Log and
delivery is
everything
required.
now. I think hopefully. I think that's what they're trying to go.
I
The
mean,
Alpha One achieves a maximum of 5.5
my source told me
depth,
9 grand.
5-axis in-body optical
My
image
source said 9 grand.
stabilization.
If it's 6 grand, that's insane.
Yeah. So we got the
When
same
shooting video,
S3.
Active mode image
Yeah.
stabilization
The
is
S3
activated
stabilization.
optically, which allows for handheld mobile shooting.
But it didn't say S-Log. It just said creative.
I think they said S-Log. I think they said.
Okay.
I'm just curious. I
That
think
was the
6.
Alpha
Oh, that's
7S
not a
Mark
flip out
III.
screen.
The heat
You know what?
dissipation
Whatever. This is
system
the photography
optimized
camera.
to allow
Thanks,
for
Manny.
longer shooting durations. A
I don't
maximum of
care. I got
30
my
minutes
baby,
when
my
shooting
S3.
in 4K 60p or 8K.
Sony test auto off temperature.
The multi-interface shoe
Yeah,
employs
they
a digital
glossed-
audio
They
interface
glossed over
You-
the heat.
which enables digital audio transmission without a cable while also supplying power.
This doesn't need a flippy.
16-bit
Cares.
raw video output is available from the camera via an HDMI Type A
I'm
terminal.
going to say 6 grand.
The Alpha One is the all-in-one camera that can
But
meet the needs
if
of
it can do everything that
creators
S3 can
and
do,
is capable of
double the price
supporting
makes
next
sense
generation
with all the
format
photography
8K and 4K filming.
Jesus.
I'll say like 5,500.
In addition to its specs, other features
Oh, 60
such
it's
as
6,500
autofocus
on B&H.
performance, S-Cinetone,
It's already up?
65.
Creative Look
Yeah, I guess
have
B&H
been
already posted
expanded
it.
to enrich
6,500
expression.
is the price.
They already looked.
The Alpha One pursues reliability and comfort in any environment, as well as
I
user-friendly.
love how they get it all.
intuitive operations
Of
and
course they
various customizations.
They already got a video on it.
The Alpha One has achieved high
Yeah, they'll
reliability,
already
the
have a video. Yes,
long-lasting
$6,500 they have it.
and improved dust
Let's see what the
and
specs say on there.
moisture-resistant design. Magnesium
They don't
alloy
have it.
chassis, a high-resistant mechanical shutter,
They have a Sony.
and dual CF.
They have a
Express
Sony intro
Type A
video.
cards.
Yeah.
At the same time, the intuitive user interface, function buttons, and still movie independent settings allow anyone
they already have
to
this
use
video.
the Alpha One simply and fully customize it too. The Alpha One provides a new dimension of solutions
Yo, I'm
and
so hyped.
experiences.
It's finally
in a
something
variety
new
of
that I'm excited about.
situations and workflows to better suit each purpose. It provides solutions and experiences on a whole new level.
I love how B&H has it up already.
The Alpha One is equipped with 2 built-in
Yeah, I'm not even gonna
antennas
stress it.
that support
But I
faster,
know it's
more
kind of
stable
annoying.
communication functions, achieving industry-leading transfer rates. In addition, it has
Full
a super
HDMI.
speed USB
What?
and a wired LAN port that supports
come on,
high-speed
man.
communication.
What's the card
It has
slot, man?
achieved industry-leading performance.
gotta be
It's
the
gonna
new
be
one.
it's gonna be Type A
and
for sure. I
wireless
think
communication.
Type A. Type A is where it's at.
FTP transfer, essential in the sports or news shooting scenes where immediate delivery is required.
So
can
you'll be
now
able to
done
connect
via
this
wired LAN,
to their new
wireless LAN,
Xperia,
and even
this
via
new phone
USB
right here.
tethering to smart devices.
People are saying still
This
prefer
allows
R5.
for
Guys, we haven't
high-speed
even finished
transfer
the
of both
presentation
still
yet, guys.
images
Come on.
and videos.
Like I love the
from
R5.
anywhere.
I love it.
New
but
image formats have been
Well,
added to make the
some new
workflow
possibilities here for flash
faster
photography.
and
Light
more
JPEG.
The
Oh,
Alpha One supports
whatever the hell that
light
is.
for preview, I
JPEG
guess for
format
preview files.
and in-body cropping for fast data
In-body
transfers,
cropping.
even in harsh communication environments.
Yes, in camera crop.
When it comes to shooting in a studio, tethered shooting with a high-speed USB provides comfortable transfer rates, even in high-resolution shooting. High-speed Wi-Fi allows for comfortable tethered shooting, even outdoors, with no cable connection required.
I mean, I really like using the R5.
Another new
I mean, me
image
too.
format.
It's my favorite
lossless
photography camera
compressed
right now.
RAW,
Lossless compressed
has been
RAW.
added for flexible and efficient RAW development, keeping
Right.
high image
12-bit
quality.
or 14.
In
Oh.
addition, it also supports 10-bit HIF formats.
That means that the files are going to be what?
Additionally,
much
there are
smaller?
various
30
applications to
megabytes.
streamline the workflow.
Maybe.
Oh, that's a nice option. I like that.
Alpha will unleash new levels of creativity as a network-connected camera.
This does
Alpha
not
has redefined
make the R5
speed
obsolete.
performance
It really
of cameras
doesn't.
and is now proceeding to the next
think-
phase by embracing
Y'all talking
the
crazy in
speed
the
of 5G
comments.
technology.
Well, people just want to defend their purchases.
Delivery of images
yeah, it doesn't
to
just-
an FTP server on the
this.
go is made fast and easy via tethered
Transferring
USB.
raw files via
Alpha
5G.
Wow, what?
But when it comes to Xperia Pro, even faster delivery can be achieved thanks to the 5G millimeter wave network technology.
But you have to be able to find that.
Rapid delivery of images
Yeah,
or
which
video files
it's
will open up
non-existent.
new worlds for the creator's workflow.
Because you'll be able to transfer video right from the camera over
Xperia
5G.
Pro is
with
uniquely
HDMI.
equipped with an HDMI input terminal.
Nobody
which
will ever
allows
buy
for
an Xperia
high-quality
phone.
live streaming with images from the connected camera.
Maybe
The
now they
device
will.
becomes a high-resolution external monitor with 4K HDR OLED display while live streaming.
This is getting boring.
The 5G speeds make live streaming from the field a reality, connecting creators with audiences instantaneously. Together, Alpha and Xperia bring you the
$6,500
future of
bucks.
digital
You
imaging.
can't say that. I mean,
Sharing
the R5
imaging
is $3,200. How much? 36?
remotely with
36,
reality
yeah.
in
36,
real
38.
time.
It's still an unbelievable option.
Yeah.
The Alpha One is a model that embodies the challenges of Sony. We will continue to challenge ourselves
Thank you, Terry.
to innovate, to change the way today's creators can see the world. And now, we'd like to share some work from our partner creators.
Yippee.
Look to the future and the opportunities ahead, as shown through the Alpha One.
I think they're gonna go over the
There's only one thing
cinematic
out
features.
there that really matters, and it's the moment. When you
That's it.
see the moment,
They always
One
start with
thing
that.
that matters. It's the moment. No camera has ever let me drive or ride in a pool with a shark.
I want it to be an
My
extension. of
favorite
my
is
creative
listening to
mind.
ambassadors. Like, they're going to say something
It
bad.
is my tool for expression.
We've
Is what it
seen
is.
just how much creativity can inspire and empower people.
So,
I think that the images that we take today, tomorrow,
I'm on a
are going to
roof.
shape
Phil,
how
what's up,
we are
Phil?
in the
Phil's
future.
in the house.
I believe that photography is the most powerful tool invented to witness what is happening in our world.
Portraits?
Guys, I'm not gonna say nothing.
For my job, I use normally Alpha 9 and Alpha 7R. And when I open the box, I saw this camera, I say, wow, what is this? It's Sony Alpha 1. Sony Alpha 1 is the perfect camera. You can have a lot of resolution.
They say the same shit all the time. It's
Yeah,
just-
very fast
everything.
autofocus.
it's like the iPhone is the best iPhone yet.
Everything in one.
That guy looks awesome, though.
you've got the greatest.
That's still cool. Putting it in the Nautocam.
Whether you're shooting video or stills, all in one box.
When Sony went from HD to 4K and now slow motion 4K, and now they're doing 8K.
You know how much they spent to
changes
do all
the way
this stuff on top of a roof?
Very excited about the flash sync speed.
Yes.
Wedding
Oh, look, she shoots like
pictures,
Manny.
There are no do-overs, and those
She takes
action shots
good
that
images.
really need the ability to light them, and
13200.
shoot through them, and not miss.
Please give me the technical
As
specs
sports
on it.
photographers, we rely so heavily on our equipment. The speed they can take pictures at, the speed of the focus, 30 frames per
Yeah,
second.
we already
at
said
this resolution, I think,
6,500 up on the B&H.
for a very long time. But here you've got it.
To be able to shoot 50 megapixels at 30 frames per second is just
My concern is
absolutely
flickering in
mind-boggling.
concerts
I
again.
feel like it'll open
wonder
up
what's low
almost
light.
a new mediums of art.
They didn't
get a lot of
Things
grain.
that
Line skipping,
haven't been able to be done
video.
with other cameras.
The processor in this camera is
Yeah,
so
for me, for my preview, I'm just going to go over the main specs. I'm not going into
The new
super
menu
duper
system
detail until we review it.
absolutely fantastic. It's so intuitive.
But it should take the same
EVF
grip
is
as the
now much higher
A7R4.
resolution. This camera, the one,
Man, I want to know if
it's
you
an
can,
improvement on anything we've had before.
if you can shoot over 1/8,000 of a second using flash with the
I'm not sure
electronic.
if you can.
Dude, that would be.
You know, to make a camera like the Alpha One takes hundreds or thousands of geniuses working.
Oh, come on.
collectively
Stop
to make
licking
this
their balls.
masterpiece. There's no compromise.
I mean, it is amazing. This is an unexpected release. It is an A93.
This type of technology, you can essentially do anything.
People on here trolling.
They're what?
It's just a beast. I'm
No,
so excited
biased,
to work with it,
biased.
to get my hands on it, and this is going to be a game changer.
Look, let's just take it back for a second. None of this stuff really matters if you don't know what you're doing. So
Right,
if you
exactly.
don't understand the fundamentals of photography, here, lower the volume on. Well,
Sony has ever made.
why don't we talk until they get to something? This is just propaganda now.
And happy to
Just
be
lower it.
for
Yeah.
support for
This I know people you came on here to listen to Manny and I talk, so that's what we're going to do. We don't need to listen to them lick the balls of Sony. This feels like it's an A9 III that they're just calling an A1, so they're going a different direction. It you know, to go from 20.1 or 21 or whatever megapixels that was to this 50 at 30 frames a second is pretty insane. But do we have 14-bit RAW at 30 frames a second? I want the most, you know, I want that just because I want the best RAW file possible. If I dumb it down to 20 frames a second, do I get 14 bits? So Sony never gives us this information. They never tell us where it dumbs down. It's usually something we got to really pressure them on to get an answer to. All right.
And for this, they threw everything. They threw all the video specs this time, though. You know, they made this an A7S III. Base, you know, they threw everything except the flippy screen.
Yeah. So I mean, I know I've got a call that's more in depth coming up with them. Steven will. Steven will. Yeah. So now they're just talking about their one mount.
Yeah. This is
But yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, we'll end it when they end it. But look, I'm not shitting on Sony by any stretch. This is fantastic. This will probably replace my A7R4, because why do I need my A7R4 when this is 50? I love the 61 megapixels. I really do. But I hope I can get the same. All right, that's it. I hope I can get the same color out of it. Now I got to go get on that other. We got to get on that call.
What time is it?
Well, there's one at 11. I got another one at 12.
That's in half an hour, right?
Yeah, it's in a half an hour.
Okay.
We can talk a little bit. I
love that another 10 minutes.
They didn't give us a pricing, but everybody in the room said B&H has it for $6,500, which is on par with a camera like a D5 or a D6 and a 1DX Mark III. What those cameras were like $6,800. So I still think 65 is pretty reasonable for the people that want to use this. They stacked it with 8K. They put in there the 50 megapixels at 30 frames a second is pretty insane. The decisive moment, I mean, the amount of balls on bats that you're going to get in baseball is like, you could do that with the A9 II, and you can go to an even more extreme with that here. The autofocus is going to be fantastic. I hope they didn't talk about ISO. So they didn't talk about ISO at all. We don't know what the ISO range is. Is it going to be worse? Because if it's worse than the A9 II, that's not a good thing, just to get 50 megapixels. The whole point of these faster cameras was to give you, I think it's going to give you the same ISO quality, which I would have liked to have seen improved. Like I said, I would have taken 36 megapixels at 30 frames a second with better ISO rather than have 8K built in.
But they're obviously, they have to put 8K at this point. If they're going to make this a video-centric camera, you're basically buying an 8K A7S III. You're getting the top. You're getting, I mean, the best video specs that they have.
They got specs. Pull up B&H and type in Alpha
right
A1 and then show that on the screen, because they don't have specs there, but they have every dual CF Express Type A and SD, dual drive mechanical shutter, but they didn't say how many frames a second with the mechanical shutter. That's important for us to know. Up to ISO, it's ISO 50 base, which I think is new, to 102,400. So the question is it better, or is it going to be similar to what we've seen in the A9? Because I still think that the A9 and the A9 II, they shared the same sensor. I still think they weren't as clean at 4,000 and 5,000 ISO as the Nikon was, as my D5 was at the time when I owned it.
Is that because it was stacked? It was just so optimized for speed that
I don't know. I really don't know. I just felt like the Nikon was great in terms of the quality. But yeah, I mean, anybody complaining about the price, you can't complain about the price of this. This isn't for you. This is the camera for the president's photographer, right? This is the newspaper photographer camera that's going to give them the ability to shoot 8K video if they want to shoot 8K video.
This camera is going to allow you to do everything. It's putting the best of all Sony cameras right now into one camera, and then some. Everything. You're getting even better specs than the A7S III. You're getting a small resolution bump from the A7R4, but you're getting more frames per second, way more frames per second. You're getting, I mean, it's pretty much, you're getting the stabilization and you get the stabilization of the S3.
But what I will say is, I'm making notes here for the call, but we've got, I want to know how many frames a second with the mechanical shutter, because the A9 II and all those weren't very good. They were like 10 frames a second with the mechanical, and they were slow compared to like 12 or whatever it is with the R5. And if you're in those harsh lighting situations where I'm shooting a concert and I get that flickering, which at like 1/1000th of a second, that's not going to be corrected by the anti-flicker, because that's how the LED lights are going. So if I can have 14 frames a second mechanical, 15 frames a second mechanical, that would be pretty insane. But they didn't talk about that. So something tells me that's still 10 frames per second. What?
I have a feeling too. You're right. I think they would have
made a big deal out of it.
Yeah, the fact that they went over 10.
They made a big deal out of 30 frames a second, but they didn't talk about the mechanical part of it, because they talked about anti-warping, you know, being better than the A9 II, which is great, because I didn't really see issues with that myself. But in situations where I need the mechanical, like I don't need to be silent all the time. That's where the 1DX Mark III was fantastic at 20 frames per second with the mirror flipped up, but with a mechanical shutter. And so when Canon comes out, which we haven't talked about, with a 1DX mirrorless version, an R1, whatever they're going to call theirs is probably the R1. This is the A1. It's going to have specs that may be very interesting. They may not be 50 megapixels, but you know what? This is another thing that's not talked about. Sony makes the sensors for Nikon. They do not allow Nikon to buy those sensors until they've replaced the camera, is from what I know. So now that the A9 II has, well, maybe it hasn't been replaced. I don't know if they're selling the sensors to Nikon for the Z9 or whatever they're going to do. It's just speculation stuff. So I should probably get Steven on the phone. Oh, somebody just put from Sony's site, file size, pixels. This is Daniel Williams. Max auto electronic shutter, continuous shooting at high free 30 frames per second, high at 20, mid at 15, low 5 frames. Mechanical shutter, continuous shooting at 10 frames a second. See, they still fucked you there.
So, so it's 10 frames per second?
Yeah, with mechanical. Okay. They still fucked you with that.
I see.
See, that's something that they should have made better. Because I guarantee you that the Canon R1 is going to shoot 20 frames per second mechanical. If they could do it in the 1DX with the mirror flipped out of the way, they're going to be able to do it, and that's going to be a major separation point, because noise isn't always an issue, right? If you're shooting sports, it doesn't matter if you hear the shutter flapping. The shutter going up and down. It's pretty damn quiet.
So you said that if you shoot electronic shutter with the A9, and you said you can't avoid it at the shutter speed, correct? You can't avoid it because of the frequency of the, like, I'm saying, like, let's see, the example that you gave, you're shooting at 1/1000 of a second and you're getting the flickering. You said that there's nothing that you can do, right?
Unless you go into the mechanical shutter, it's very difficult to mitigate that. Now you can still get it with the mechanical shutter.
Yeah, I've gotten it before with the A9. With mechanical.
Like you said, the mechanical shutter is important. I didn't realize the A9 version 1 was 5 frames. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And can we stop? Can we stop complaining about the menu system? Here, you can put us up on the screen now if you want to get rid of this. Can we stop complaining about the menu system? Because the Sony other menu system was fine. Who gives a shit? Like, you learn where everything goes and you get over it. Gerald's Undone's in the house, I hear.
Yeah, what's up, Joe? I hear people saying this. There's nothing impressive about this.
Hold on. Somebody's like, "Are you reading the comments?" Sony did say the E shutter corrects flickering. I already fucking said that. I love when people jump on you. That's not what I'm fucking talking about. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I get pissed off, Manny, because that's not what I'm talking about. I already said that the anti-flicker doesn't mean that it will correct for the lights that are doing what they're doing all the time. There's certain frequencies of LED lights, and if they're flocking and while you're flickering, it's going to be an issue.
All right, my turn, Jared. Okay, people are saying this is not impressive, and I want to know, what do you deem to be impressive? Because what you're getting here, yes, it would have been nice.
FRO doesn't gotta chill.
No, yes, it would have been nice to get 15 frames per second mechanical, but in a sense, you're getting the S3 and the A7R4, basically, and the A9 in one camera. So you're getting the speed of the A9, resolution of the R4, and the video capabilities of the S3. So I don't know what will impress you at this point, because you're getting everything in one camera. For the most part.
Hopefully I was using my good microphone. Hopefully is it this one? It doesn't matter. We're done anyway. The card slots are the SD and the Type A, CF Express Type A, which I haven't even seen one of those in person. Where'd you get? They sent you that? Where'd you buy it?
No, I asked them for it because I couldn't find it, so I ended up. And these are, I really like these. Mainly because I got the S3 for a reason. I want to be able to get the best quality possible. I'm able to shoot, the highest quality with the Type A.
Yeah. So let's get ready to wrap. But what I'll say is, like, it's absolutely impressive what Sony is able to do. There's always going to be question marks on certain things. Like, I don't care about 8K in my stills camera personally. The fact that it does 30 frames per second is extremely interesting. The fact that it's 50 megapixels at 30 frames per second is interesting. But there are questions. Is that 12-bit? Is it 14-bit? Most likely it's 12-bit. So you're not getting the highest quality type. But for most people shooting this camera, they don't care. Now, if you're doing portraits like Manny's doing, you're probably not set to 30 frames a second because you want the highest bit rate that you're going to get. Canon, I still think, if you want to compare this to the R5 does do 20 frames per second silent. It may be a little more warpy and warbly in certain situations, but it's also $3,600. It offers you the 8K. It offers you quite a bit with the mechanical, 12 frames a second with the mechanical. Is it 14 with the mechanical? It's a lot. And so I'm going to tell you that the R1, when Canon comes out with an R1, that's going to be an interesting camera compared to this. It's probably going to be $6,899 or $7,000, but it will do, if I had to guess, 20 frames a second mechanical. However many they decide to do silent. Is 30 overkill? Probably. I don't know that I need the bride walking down the aisle at 30 frames a second. That's more than video.
There's other situations where you may just I need every freaking frame possible, not the bride coming down the aisle, but you know what I'm saying. Like, let's just say you're doing those jumping shots, right? Let's say you're doing a jumping kind of shot or whatever, and it's like I would go to 30 just to make sure that I know that I'm gonna nail it for sure. So it's nice. It's a nice to have, but people are saying that only rich people would buy the A1. Well, let me tell you what. It doesn't matter if you're rich or not. Like, you're only gonna buy it if you need it. And this camera is obviously overkill for most people. A lot of people just like the pissing contest of of online having the newest camera. But at the end of
the moral of the story, Manny, is understand the fundamentals and basics of photography, and you can shoot with any camera they put in your hands, whether it's Nikon, Canon, Sony, Leica, Pentax, it doesn't matter, Olympus. You can shoot with anything. So, it's what you do with it. It's a very interesting announcement. I'm surprised it's not called an A9 III. They're going a different direction with that. They probably won't have an A9 III. They'll probably just make this the thing, unless they come out with this is that newspaper camera. All right, let's get out of here. I got to go talk to Steven because we got to get on that next one. There's still questions. I'm not making my video till I have certain things answered, and fuck. So I'll get it out. But yeah, thank you for having me, Manny.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Thanks for coming on. I'll see you in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Bye. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.